What's up, everybody? Rod J back to take a look at another beer. I'm going to take a look at one actually from Unita Brewing. This is their Hop Nosh IPA. They are out of Salt Lake City, Utah. I have actually had this a few times before at a few beer festivals, but never did a beer review on it. And show you some more of the label there. It's kind of a neat looking label that they kind of have on here from the company. Anything that stands out on it really, loaded by Unita Brewing Company, Salt Lake City, Utah. Keep cold, earth, wind, and beer. Nothing else really. It talks about it is brewed with renewable power, so that's kind of good, giving back to the environment. Brewed with wind and solar, so you can feel good about this beer. This one comes in at a 7.3 ABV, and the IBUs on this one, 82. So we'll have a nice hoppy beer, or we should have, as I open this beer up. Anything else really with this one doesn't really say too much on the bottle, as I mentioned, so let's go ahead and get it open. Up front, just so you know some of the ratings, Beer Advocate actually has this one rated as a 90 outstanding. Rate Beer has a 96 overall, 96 style, and those are kind of the two big sites people use, although a lot of times Rate Beer is all over the map really, and Beer Advocate's usually a little bit more solid on what they actually do. So, with that being said, let me get it open so I can taste it in the glass. Now for this one, I'm actually going to use a shaker glass. The preference on this beer is usually a shaker or a tool. Now I actually got this one into the shaker glass. Came out a little bit, probably poured a little too aggressively, as you can see by the head on there. That head is actually about it's over a 3-finger head, so gonna let that settle a little bit. But on the head itself, it is an off-white color, almost towards the beige type hue. Does have nice little rockiness to the head there, some nice tight bubbles in there. As far as the beer itself, a lot of cloudiness, not much clarity, so we're not seeing through as much in that regard. As far as the color, nice golden orange yellow. I would pretty much call it a sunset type color that we have there. Very common for a lot of the IPAs. See how this one smells. While on the smell, you get that citrus, you get that lemon orange type flavor. Comes out of the glass very nice, very good moderate aroma, not having to sniff too hard to get some of those flavors out and get those scents. On the back end, you get that dankness from the hops. Definitely get some of that pine feel. You get some of that earth feel as well. Seems to be a nice balance between the malt, as I do get some of that sweetness there. Almost get some of that, I want to say kind of that grassy type smell as well in there. So really a nice scent for what you would expect to have on an IPA. As far as, getting in and tasting it, on the taste, you do get some of the bitterness on the tongue as you would expect at an 82 IBU, but it's so very balanced that the bitterness kind of smooths out pretty easily. The texture runs nice and dry, a nice crisp finish on the back end. Finish is real smooth, not really getting an alcoholic aftertaste, not getting too much of an astringency feel on the back end. The finish is pretty good. The duration, you get a pretty good solid duration in there. I think the mouthfeel is a pretty good mouthfeel in that I can still feel those flavors swirling around. I still get that kind of citrus taste in my mouth that you would get from an IPA, so I think it holds very well along those lines. Very refreshing for an IPA. Has some good, as you can say, it's effervescent a little bit in that regard. Do have some of the glass lacing taking place as I drink it down, showing some of the quality of the beer there. The head itself, you look at that, it's really retained very well, so it's holding some nice retention. Very, very pleasing beer. Yeah, so, overall, it's a nice, refreshing IPA. The bitterness is not a factor, really, because it smooths out so nicely that if it's somebody that might have been just starting off trying other IPAs, this is actually not a bad one for them to step up to, is maybe that second level. So I think they make a nice product here with this one. And again, this is the Unita Hop Nosh IPA out of Salt Lake City, Utah. If you've had this one before, put some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. I find this one to be pretty pleasant. As far as a review, I would definitely consider this an M. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to give this A minus. I think it is a solid beer. Any IPA lover, I think, will be pleased with this one. And for someone that's looking to go, like I said, from tier 1 to tier 2, from kind of those session IPAs to the next level, I think this is a good one to try to make a jump with. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this one and say cheers. Hope you liked the video. If so, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to speed on other ones as I go forward. But with that, I say cheers. I look forward to seeing you next time.